Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could strum along with a song called It Takes Two by Katy. And we're going to end up capoing this on 1st fret, but it does kind of start off with this cool little lead lick where you can play 3rd fret on the low E string and kind of play that a lot. And what you may want to do is kind of a down, down, up, almost like a little gallop rhythm on that chord or on that note. And if you kind of take the flat of the right hand, you can kind of lay it down on top of the saddle and kind of get a muted quality out of it. So that might be kind of a cool way to kind of intro the tune. And the chord that would kind of back that up would be a G major chord. And the way you play G major, 1st finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger goes to the low E on the 3rd fret, and 3rd finger goes to the high E on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you might also kind of dig on kind of taking the 3rd finger and going to the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that's another way you could play your G major chord. From the G on our verse, we're going to go into an E minor chord. When we play E minor, 1st finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the E minor, we're going to be, or another way to play your E minor, we'll be putting 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like E minor 7. So you might want to kind of think of using that for your E minor. From the E minor, we're going to go into a C major chord. When you play C major, 1st finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D string 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now a good substitute for that too could be a C major 9, where you do the 1st finger on the D string 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the A string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major 9, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the C, we're going to be going to a D major chord. When we play D major, 1st finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the high E on the 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord. It sounds really, really happy. And then from the D, we're going to be going back to our G major, kind of doing another G major. Now you may want to kind of follow that rhythm of kind of that intro lick, kind of doing just downs on those chords, kind of working the G and the E minor, E minor. So I'm just kind of doing 8 downs on each chord and kind of muting that with the right hand. So you want to kind of play around with that. But a lot of times with a song like this, to kind of support my voice, I like using some things called strum patterns. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up. Up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through our verse chorus progression. We got G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up. Basically be repeating that until we get to our pre-chorus. And on our pre-chorus, you may want to just work downs on the chords, kind of that E minor, D, and then G, D, C, and then we kind of end up with like a G, but you kind of hear where the A string on the 2nd fret kind of comes out of that, so you may want to strum just the A string and the high E string. And that's called G/B, or G major with a B in the bass. And then we go back to C, kind of at the end of that. So through the pre-chorus, you may want to just kind of break that down with the E minor, D, G, D, C, G/B, C, kind of working just downs through that part. And then we'll be going back into kind of our main progression for our verse and our chorus and our 2nd verse. And then we kind of hit our pre-chorus again, go back to our chorus, and then we hit our bridge part. And our bridge starts on E minor, and then we go to a D, and then we go to a C major, and then we kind of have a C major with a D major, and then we go back to E minor, and then a D major, but then we go to a B7 chord. And when we play B7, 1st finger goes to the D on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the A string on the 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the G string 2nd fret, and the pinky on the high E on the 2nd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B7 chord, and it sounds really nasty, as it's not supposed to. So through that part, if you're doing your strum pattern, you'd end up on just halving that C and D with kind of a down, down, up. You're kind of digging on that. So you'd have E minor, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, chorus part. Now the weird part is to play along with Katy Perry, instead of starting on a G chord, she's starting on an A flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo and put the capo on 1st fret. And now your G major is really an A flat, your E minor is really an F minor chord, your C is really a D flat major, and your D major is really an E flat major, and when you get to the B7, it's really a C7 chord. I'm going to take it from the very beginning. You might want to kind of start off with kind of that lead off lick on the G. And then from there, then we'd be going into our first verse. So we'd have kind of that G, and you could work that with the downs. G, E minor, if you want to kind of be a little sneaky about it. E minor, C, D, E, G. Or you could do that with the strum pattern, have G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up. And then from there, then we'd be going into our pre-chorus part. And you may just work that with kind of those downs, E minor, D, and then the G, D, C, and then the G, C, and kind of make that hit. And then from there, then we'll be going into our chorus part. So we've got kind of our main progression. Now, something else I think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, of the down, down, up, you could throw a bass note in for the chord. So on the G, you'd have the low E for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have the low E string for your bass. Bass, down, up, down. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. So we could kind of try that. Oh, and on the B7, you'd have the A string for the bass. So we tried that through kind of our chorus progression. We have G with low E bass, G with low E bass, E minor with low E bass, E minor with low E bass, C with an A bass, D with a D bass, G with low E bass, G with low E bass. Or what you might want to do is kind of take all those ideas that we're kind of talking about and try and mix them up. So it can be kind of a cool thing to kind of see what you can say with the tune by alternating between those ideas. Or if you know the licks around those chords, that can be kind of a cool thing to kind of add into G. So we'd be repeating that for our chorus and for our next verse. And after we do that 3 more times, then we kind of go back into out of our pre-chorus part. And you may want to kind of just break that down, actually, kind of that E minor, D, G, D, C, G, C. And then from there, then we'll be going back into our chorus part. Now, if you do know other strum patterns that would work for the song, or you could kind of, kind of take the song and kind of see what you can say with it too, or if you know there are licks around those chords. Feel free to take this lesson and embellish it in any way that you want to. So it might be kind of a cool thing to kind of play around with. Kind of trying using your music vocabulary to say some things with the song. So E minor, C, D, G, and then from that chorus, then we'd be going into our bridge part. So we could kind of mix it up that way too. We'd have E minor, D, C, D, E minor, D. We're going to B7, 7. And then from there, then we'll be going into our last chorus. So kind of our G, E minor. I'm taking that gallop idea, kind of applying it to the down, 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 up, G, down. So you want to kind of play around and kind of see what you can say with it. Then we kind of end up with a little piece of our pre-chorus for our outro. We got the E minor, D, G, D, C, kind of at the very, very end. But that's the basics of how you could strum through It Takes Two by Katy Perry. So good luck!